What is up guys, and welcome back to SP Vids. Today I'm on the topic of beat making techniques again, and in particular I'm going to be focusing on an album by Prez called Let's Get Free. This is a 2000 release on Loud Records, and there is a very well known producer that worked on this one by the name of Kanye West. So I've picked up on 3 different drum techniques in this album, which I'm going to share with you. It doesn't matter that I'm on the SP today, hopefully these techniques should be able to be used on any device or DAW. And yeah, obviously some of the techniques for doing certain things might be different, but hopefully you'll be able to follow along. And just quickly before I start as well, all the sounds that I'm going to use in these examples are from my Lo-Fi Drums Volume 6 pack. You can pick that up on spvids.com or just use the links in the description. The sales really help me to keep making videos like this for you guys. So we're going to start off with a bit more of a challenging one, and then the second 2 are quite easy. The first one is from a track called Assassination, and this involves a kind of triplet-y feel to the hi-hats. So to start off, I'm going to make a copy of the hi-hat, so 15 to 11, really easy to do with the copy button on the SP. So now we have 2 identical hi-hat sounds. And I'm going to start by bringing 11 down to a kind of ghost note. Somewhere around 24, that should be okay. There we go, we've got that kind of ghost note feel to it. And I've got an open hat here as well. And the pattern for this goes like this. And the way that I kind of say it in my head is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And to make it a bit easier if you're struggling to follow along with that, I'll do it really, really slowly. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea with that pattern. I'm going to go ahead and put it into a pattern now. So pattern select, record 1, and we're on 82, 2 bars and full quantize on 16ths. Okay, perfect, that's great. And now we can overdub some kicks and snares. It doesn't have to be the same as the record, so I'm just going to jam something on the top of this. Record 1. And let's try that with a bit of compression. I think that's a pretty cool sounding hi-hat technique. Hopefully you guys could follow along with that one, and you can use that one in your own beats as well. Okay, so let's move on to the second one. This is in a track called Be Healthy, and this is something that I really rarely ever do, and that is to have a kick and a snare hitting at the same time. So it adds a lot of emphasis on the final snare in the loop in this particular record, so we're going to go ahead and replicate that. So yeah, that's essentially all that's happening, is that on the last snare of the loop, the kick hits at the same time. So I'll just drum a quick example. So really simple, but it adds a lot of emphasis to that final snare, gives it a bit more punch. And in the record, it's actually following the bass line, or maybe the other way around, the bass line's following the kick, we'll never really know. So yeah, maybe you could try this and try following it with a bass line as well if you're making a beat. We'll go ahead and put this in a pattern again. Let's do the hats first. Okay, great, and with a bit of compression again. Kind of a cool effect. Give that one a try if you like that one. I've never thought of doing that before, and yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Okay, so moving on to the final technique. This is a 16th hi-hat note technique, and it's to do with panning. So we're going to be panning 1 hi-hat to the left and 1 hi-hat to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of 15 again. So again, we've got those 2 identical hi-hat sounds. Really nice and simple. And then on the SP, this is how you pan things. So we'll select 15 first. We'll go to pitch and speed, and you hold down shift and you'll see volume changes to pan. So you can see there it says C. So we'll do left about 35 on this one. And then on 11, we'll do right 35. Okay, so those two sounds now. You can hear we're getting this kind of trippy left-right sound. Let's just turn off those compressors again for a second. And what this is going to do, I think, is kind of fill out that high end of the frequency range. So if you're lacking a bit in that when you're making a beat, this could be a good way of filling that out. It also adds a really nice stereo feel as well with it bouncing to the left and right. So that's what really got me to pick up on this technique. And then of course we're going to have to play the 16ths, which is actually pretty difficult to do, I find, especially on these small pads. It's going to sound something like that. It's hard to keep time of this over a long period, but we'll try again in the pattern. So we'll do record 9, and of course we'll use quantize for this one because that's going to make it a lot easier. And let's give this a go. And yeah, quantize really saved my ass on that one. But we've got that down now. And again, like the other techniques as well, you can feel free to just play around with whatever kick and snare pattern that you want. So we'll go ahead and record something else over the top. And one more time, that with a bit of compression. Nice. I think that's probably my favourite one of the three, to be honest. I really like the effect that that has when you do it with 16th notes, going left and right, panning like that. And obviously you can experiment with how hard you pan those as well. You could pan them even further or a little less to be a bit more subtle. Use your creative instincts a little bit with that one and see what results you can get. So there we go. There's 3 techniques from the Dead Prez debut album in 2000. Let's Get Free. I hope you found those interesting and hopefully you can apply some of those to your beats. I'll certainly be using that 16th one. Let me know your favourite one of those 3 in the comments as well. I'd be interested to hear that. But apart from that one, guys, thank you very much for watching. Shout out to my members that support me every month. I'll be back with another video very, very soon.